Turns out, the person we thought we knew is nothing but a liar. Jared.
A liar?
I mean, I don't know. You're keeping a secret.
If you keep a secret, that's being a liar?
Kind
It's a truth
of.
emitter.
I omit the truth. Yeah, and with Katie, I tell Katie everything, so I think it's surprising to her.
I thought that I knew all that there was to know.
Well,
but
I've always suspected something. There's something he's not telling us.
You know what you
Okay.
say about every human being.
That's true. He does.
especially
And
Jared.
you'll be right. 3 people, I think 3 or 4 people on Earth know this.
Okay.
Something I'm actually excited about.
Okay.
And, you know, I've for years have wanted to write like a screenplay
Yes.
and or have like a something to do with the entertainment business outside of what we do here, but something with TV or
Yes.
movies. You know, I love movies.
Uh-huh.
And so I've partnered with somebody and I have officially created, it's been created and registered with the WGA, the Writers Guild of America,
Okay.
a TV pilot for a show that I created alongside our good friend Bo Yokely.
What?
There's his ticket out. There I was told, ticket out.
And we
Yes.
have Bo Yokely on the phone. I
Yes.
was told not to tell anybody until it was registered because it could be all sorts of issues.
Oh.
So not only is it a TV show, more than likely it has a better chance of being made into a movie.
Can you tell us the
What?
premise?
I cannot.
Oh, dear.
I can tell you off the air.
Okay,
I can't
good.
tell you on there. I've
Okay.
been advised not to do
Not
that.
to do that.
And so this is how it all happened. By the
Okay.
way, we do have Bo Yokely. He's from Kernersville. He's been in movies, you know, Lifetime, Netflix. He's has a show on Apple TV.
I
As another
think you have a small crush on him, but
Oh.
it's just on the side. Just on the
I make the
side.
same joke every time I see him. It's like I say when I see him, he's like a model too. It's like looking in the mirror, and you know,
Sure.
he gives me charity laughter every time. Bo, good morning.
Hi, Bo.
Good morning, guys. Yes, I think Jared is way better looking version of me, but
Now Bo's just a liar.
He's a nice guy. Well, see, he's such a nice guy. So what happened was he came in one time. We've been, you know, he's been a fan of our show for a long time, and then we've been supportive of his career as well. We think anyone locally is trying to do something big is cool. And so we've interviewed him different times for the different projects that he's working on, whether it's the Lifetime movie or Netflix movie or the Apple TV show, which is the most recent thing. And after the podcast interview was over, I said, hey, I have this idea for a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you if I can tell you the brief? And he was like, I really like that. And I'm thinking, okay, he's being nice. He's like, no, I'm going to run that by a few people. And I go, oh, okay, thank you.
I think that that's a direct
Wow.
response, Jared, like trauma response to every idea we've ever had here.
right.
And people are like, yeah, great, never going to happen. It's like, we just assume.
So people are like, when they say things that are true, we're like, they're lying.
They're lying liars.
And so they're lying liars. And so I thought, all right, Bo's just being nice, which is, I mean, that's the nice thing to do. I do like that idea. I'll run it by a few people. He knows people in LA and Hollywood and all across the country and in the movie business. And I was like, so I thought nothing of it. 3 days later, he said, I have 2 writers that want to write this.
Oh, my
And
God.
I'm like, okay, he's just throwing me a little bone here.
Uh-huh.
You know, like,
shut him up for a while.
yeah, this will get him off my back, you know, for a minute.
Yeah.
And he goes, when can you jump on a call with this writer from LA? And I'm like, okay. This is a long prank. This is the longest prank of my life.
Were you like, it's probably his brother
Yeah.
pretending to be.
Like, who is this guy? And so we talked to this writer in LA and we gave him the whole thing. And then he said, give me 1 month and I'll have the pilot, the first episode written for this TV show.
Wow.
And even then, I'm
Wow.
like, this is not going to happen. Something's going to happen. It's going to fall through. I believe Bo at this point. I'm like, okay, he's not, this is his career.
Yeah.
It's not just fun to waste time. That's how he pays his bills, right?
Especially with you.
Right. Yeah. I was like, you can just tell me, no, I don't like the idea. And Bo, you did like the idea, right? I'm still not sure if you like it.
I mean, it was yeah, of course, man. It was a great idea. I mean, any idiot can take a good idea and run with it, and that's all I did.
See, he's self-deprecating. No, he's a go-getter for sure.
Yeah.
And then, to be fair, it was like I had the idea, but then he's also helped make it a better idea.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because he knows how the industry works. Like, we do it this way and present it this way and all this stuff. So he called me yesterday and he said, all right, the TV idea is still on the table. And then, Bo, what'd you say about the movie idea and where we're at on the movie?
Yes, the pilot's done. I mean, like we have the pilot done, registered WGA. We're good to go, which is, of course, as Jared said, Writers Guild of America. So now that intellectual property is protected, I would say. And I said, look, we have basically been greenlit for a film with financing, with everything ready to rock and roll, if we can convert this into a film. And so we still have the pilot, we still have the TV series, and so we're potentially looking to do a film and then use that as what they call a backdoor pilot, which is whenever you make a movie of something, and then if it does good and makes a lot of money, then many times streaming platforms or networks will line up to actually make your movie into a TV show. So that's kind of where we're leaning, because we're ready to roll.
We're ready to rock and roll. And so
Cool.
yesterday he told me, and if you missed it, he said he has the big problem, because Bo, correct me if I'm wrong, is getting financing and somebody
Yeah.
to.
That's everything.
And
That's everything.
And
yeah.
and apparently he has a guy that's already like, I will make, if you can get this screenplay done, I'll make this movie.
Really?
Wow.
And let me ask you.
We have the money in our film fund ready to rock and roll for you. So as soon as it's ready, they love the concept. It's original. It's new. It's something fresh. It's something that's very doable, and it's something that's not going to cost $100 million. And so because of that, I mean, you know, we already have multiple people, but this person's already kind of signed and said, I'm going to fund this.
Wow. That's awesome.
And let me ask you, Jared.
Yeah.
If this idea or it comes into a movie and maybe in a future potential TV shows, well, do you always own some part of the rights of that idea, or do you get paid if the movie is extremely successful? I mean, how does that work?
Bo, can you answer that? I know the answer because I've asked Bo like a million questions. But
Jared's like, how do I get mine?
Well, that was the first question he asked.
Yeah.
How do I make money from this
Yeah.
idea?
For me.
this is all fun, but where's the
yeah,
check?
yeah. What's in it for me? Yeah. So the way that would work would be, there's two different ways. They will either pay a fee for the creative rights and for the actual material itself, a flat rate fee, whether it be $1 or $100 million. And then based on that, they'll take the rights and they'll run with it, and they'll have full authority to own that material forever. Or if they're going to do it on like a producer side, like we're going to be producer, Jared's going to be producer of it, then they would give him back end on how well it does. So he may withdraw his fee and not make his fee of being a writer or creator, but rather makes his money on the back end when the movie is made, and will get a percentage of the box office take.
Ooh, what a decision!
Oh,
Because
hey.
you could,
It
let's
makes
say,
money.
potentially you sell it right away for not that much, and all of a sudden it does huge money.
I know.
Where you'd have been, or it could do the opposite and not take off at all, and you make
Correct.
nothing.
Yeah, Bo was explaining
Well,
to me.
that's the incentive, right? That's
Right.
the incentive to make it really good. Because if it's really good and it's going to be really original, you can pretty much bet you're going to be making more on the back end. But if you're uncertain, you just want to wash your hands of it, you're like, okay, take the rights, give me a check, then you can do that too. So that's what I actually told Jared yesterday, was like, you'll have an opportunity to decide however you want to do it. But, you know, each their own.
Wow,
Yeah.
one by one.
Wow.
There you go. TV shows and everything. We just sit here and get poorer and poorer and poorer.
No, Jason, there is actually, I was thinking there was actually a role in this for a bikini-clad oil boy at the pool. That we were thinking you'd be
Oh,
You'll do it, right?
perfect.
You'll do it.
There's your Yeah. ticket.
No
There you have it.
audition. No audition, just direct offer, man.
Right, yeah.
Got you. Thank you for that. And thank you for thinking of me. I'm honored of that.
But if you would talk to me more at the gym when I saw you, maybe that role would be better. But you never talk to me. You always act like all goth and
He's so
emo when I
rude.
see you. I don't know.
Bo, I talked to you. I talked to you, Bo. Let me be the pool boy.
Yeah, you do talk to me. That's right.
Squid
That's what
does.
You do.
Squid does, yeah.
Yes, it does. We chat.
He said you're all emo.
Emo.
at the gym. Golf.
Well,
What
just
Bo
know,
doesn't know is
yeah.
he's listening to soft classic songs.
Yes, religious.
Yeah, he's very, very distracted.
It's gospel.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, until it's done, but this is the furthest I've ever gotten, or closest I've ever
Yes.
gotten
Wow.
to anything
No kidding.
of a dream that I've had for years, and I've had this idea for years. I'll just say it's romantic comedy. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jared, this like all just solidified like very recently?
It's been we've been talking about it for months.
Okay.
I think the end of last year, and Bo is a man of his word, which is rare these days, or maybe just, I don't know. And so he's like, hey, by the end of March, April, we'll have something going. I'm like,
Sure.
okay. And I'm like, still not sure.
Yeah.
Here it is.
How much did you? So there's somebody that took your idea and wrote an actual pilot. So when you present an idea for a show or a movie, is it like a couple sentences, or is it a page, or
No,
is it, how deep do you go to present an idea?
You mean? Yeah, no, it's pretty in depth. It's really in depth. I mean, you have character outlines of who you want your characters to be, the infrastructure, the ebb and flow of each character. What's the story plot line going to be? What are we trying to get through? Is there a message? There's so many things that go into it. And then a writer, a lot of times, working with a creator, will fill in the gaps. Like you're building like a human body, right? So we're putting in the skeleton and everything, and then they're just going to add the muscle on top. And
Got
so
it.
that's
Yeah.
kind of our structure, kind of our idea, kind of our story, and then they'll fill the gaps. And we go through a lot of different rounds of rewrites. So if this studio liked this part but not this other part, then we can edit that. And so there's a whole bunch of that. But that's where the rubber meets the road when it comes to getting it funded. Is you have to have someone willing to put the money in, saying, "I believe in this. We're going to give you this many million. Go make it," and then leave the creative rights to us because we've already created this far, and that's kind of what we're into.
And the pilot we got was 32 pages.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's a
it was
lot.
the first episode.
Yeah.
But we're looking more of a movie.
Yeah,
So
30-minute pilot. That's for that. The movies actually be bumped up to about probably 90 to 100 pages is a typical movie.
and usually each page represents like a minute on screen. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
90
wow,
minutes.
yeah,
And we'll keep
okay.
90. I don't want these. The James Cameron stuff can wait. We can. That will be our second movie. Will be a 3-hour epic thing underwater or whatever.
The financier is James Cameron.
Yeah.
The financier is actually
Oddly
James
enough,
Cameron.
he's just
Who knew?
throwing money away. No.
Oddly enough.
So, Bo, how likely do you think this will be made into a movie?
95%.
95.
Oh my
95.
Man.
Wow.
What is
That's
happening?
awesome.
This is what I
Goodness.
get from coming back from
Hey,
vacation.
The other 5% is just that it's going to go to a TV series.
Yes,
So
there you go.
it's 95 for a movie or 5% TV series, but it's probably going to go a movie. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy for Jared. He needs this in his life. You look at the life he leads under the restraints of not doing anything. He needs this, and go for it.
Jared, the reason I was asking if it had all kind of happened within the past couple of months is because I think maybe your dad had a hand in this.
Oh, that's sweet.
I really do. Immediately, I thought about that your
My
dad's always believed
Well, my dad's name is Bo.
Is Bo, and
Bo Yokely.
yeah, just got the feeling that
Let's. You know what?
Yeah.
I should have considered that, but Katie,
Don't
that's really
jinx
sweet.
it, though, but yes.
No,
Yeah. I'm a big believer in that sort of thing, and I think
Working magic on the other
Yeah.
side and putting good people, like you guys, obviously in my life that helped me so much the last year or two, and then also Bo's has been. He's a go-getter, man. He's gonna be a major star at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to pull a Whitney and you're not going to be a part of the show?
I'll call in. I'll call in from Malibu.
maybe it could be a hologram.
Yeah, get a little hologram of me if you miss me or whatever.
It's going to be real weird. He's not going to be here, but it's still going to be Jared and Katie in the morning.
Yes.
It's a weird situation. we're in.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And then Bo as well.
And
We got to
Bo.
add Bo.
And
in.
Bo.
And I don't know Bo. I don't want to take it too far. We're talking to Bo Yokely. We just found out over months and months of work that we have a greenlit movie for a idea that I've had for years, and Bo has helped shape it into something better. And oh shoot, what was I going to say? Oh, is there any possibility that if it gets, can we maybe negotiate that each person on the show can be in the movie for a little bit?
Ooh. Ugh. We're good on radio, Jared.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Have a Katie at the
Absolutely.
beach
I already
scene.
told Jason his role.
Do what now?
Yeah.
I already told Jason his role. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that one's locked in.
Even if it's like a quick cut to like a radio station for no reason.
That's the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fun. I would love like little cameos and stuff. That's absolutely.
If you go into the sub shop, Nat could be ordering. That's it. If you go into a club, Squid could be in the background dancing,
no,
rapping.
okay.
We need like 4 storylines.
If you go into a winery, Katie could be the
Yeah.
girl drinking
Sure.
the wine. In the
We
back.
don't even explain why we're doing
For
it.
no reason.
Yeah, just to have our friends in it. All right, Bo, seriously, you're the man. I appreciate you. And,
Appreciate you guys.
have your agent call my agent.
That is
All right,
awesome.
man.
Wow,
Congratulations.
that is
Yeah.
incredible.
That's so cool.
When it's signed, I'll be.
Well,
I'm excited.
still-
I'm excited.
There's a potential chance
Yes.
that you could be rich.
Yeah,
Potential,
clearly.
yeah. There's potential.
Wow.
It could be,
That is
anyway, I
He
don't want
did
to get
say
into
a
detail.
dollar, but
Yeah, it could be
Yeah.
anywhere
did
from.
say a dollar, but
He probably said, well, I don't want to
Would
get into all
you
the stuff.
at least answer the question? Would you? Because obviously Bo is going to have to get a cut because he
Yes,
advised.
where
and
he's
did all-
co-creator.
And then the writer himself has to get
Right.
and then all the money and the finances, whoever put that up has to get a cut and their return on the investment.
Right.
And then everybody else that has to have a piece of the pie, right? So
Right.
you have I'm sure it's a smaller
Or-
percentage, but it could be a huge amount of money. Would you consider doing just hairs? Like, what would you just consider? Like, you know what? Here's 50,000,
You're
and
not
I'm going to
getting
be done
nothing.
with it. Or would you? What?
are you angling to get
No.
yours? Oh,
But I would. But here's $50,000, and I'm done with it. Or would you say no? I'm going to risk the $50,000 and see what this does. What is the cutoff money if you got offered right now that because he said if you get the back end, it could do $100 million. And next thing you know, you have several million.
Right.
Or are you going to say for $10,000 you can just have it? What would be that cut?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. Like a week's worth of groceries, maybe. No, I would
That's
say if it's just a movie. No, I shouldn't say. Just
And the
a
reason
movie,
why I'm
'cause it's
asking real
different.
quick.
TV series can make a lot
The reason
of
why I'm
money long
asking
term.
real quick is because I'm just trying to gauge how much potential you think this has personally.
Oh, I haven't talked to any of the finance people or any of the lawyers. I mean, there's going to be a whole bunch of meetings and stuff going forward at some point. And actually, I think our official attorney, Lisa Lanier, is also an entertainment lawyer. I think she does.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If I have her negotiating with me, it'll be the right decision.
He's like, bye,
Yeah.
y'all.
Bye.
Have a great life.
But I think if they were like, hey, this is this movie we're going to do for $5 million, we're going to put it on Tubi or whatever, and we're not going to do a TV series from it, but we'll give you, $100,000. I'm like, all right.
You would say, go ahead,
100,000.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if they said 50,000, it's a no.
It really depends on like how it's pitched, and I'd have to talk to people like Bo, who's actually doing it. Like, no, you need to stay in this for a long run. He said with a TV show, you should never sign your rights away to a TV show.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Because
yeah,
if you
'cause
keep going
reproduce
on.
runs.
He explained this is how he explained it. For example, a creator typically, on average, gets 2.5% up to 5% of the episode's budget. So everything's so organized, believe it or not, in Hollywood, and they have a lot of they have a lot of regulations, which in a kind of good way to protect the people. But so if the episode, just for easy numbers, is each episode's $1 million budget, you get $25,000 per episode.
I see.
To make it easy numbers. But something like, it could be, the budget could be $20,000 episode. You know what I'm saying? But he said you would never want to sign off on it because if it goes multiple seasons, you've really screwed yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
True.
Wow.
If this actually happens, wow, it'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
For
Yeah.
something that you really have had, because I mean, we've talked about. I don't know exactly what the premise,
I've
what
told
you're
you,
going through, but
but
you definitely told me.
I've
yeah.
told you years ago, but
But you've been working on it for years.
yeah. And then Dale Pollack, who used to be our movie producer, he was the
Yeah.
first. I met with him like 10 years ago, and he gave me some ideas about screenplays and stuff like that. And I realized I don't think I have the skill for it. I can write some skits and stuff that are funny, but a screenplay's a whole different animal. But he kind of got me down that road, like thinking more of how to make a movie as far as the elements. But then I very skeletal.
And then you have this guy that actually took the time
yes,
to
he's
write this. And is he have anything significant that he wrote?
well on one of the phone calls. We were like, he's like, hey, I'll have this to you by next week. I'm finishing up a project for Universal Studios. I'm like, okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Dang.
I'm like, all right. I guess you can do that first.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Get back to me.
Question.
Yes.
Did Squid know? Was he one of the three? That's a yes. I could tell by
Squid
your
knew.
face.
One of the three what?
Because number one, I
Why?
see Jared's face. Number two,
One of the three
Squid,
what?
who knew?
Oh, three
What?
people.
Squid did not react at all when you said the news.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Squid, listen,
I see now. I see
Yeah.
where his loyalty. I have to listen to his nonsense life.
my life is nonsense.
Your nonsense life. No, when you tell me all the things
Yes.
and then you tell Squid.
There's a backstory.
Dare
There's a
you.
backstory. He's in my room till 5 a.m.
We
in
had a heart to
Savannah.
heart one night. All right.
And heart to heart, and he was telling me, but he opened up about some things he was working on that he hadn't told anybody. I said, "Wow,
Was this the night he sat in your room with no shoes on?
till 5 a.m. So
You
I was a
forgot
little
that
delirious.
he wasn't in his own room.
You had a heart to heart or a D to D?
Does it matter? We're
my
getting
God.
rich.
And then Squid, I was like, "Hey, just pretend you never heard this before. Good job. Not
Yeah,
gonna be in the movie.
sorry.
Not a good actor.
Yeah. sorry.
Write him out."
Wow.
But he
Keeping
was like, "Oh,
secrets.
cool."
Yeah.
Keeping
Well,
secrets
no,
when I can
but-
read you so well. So I'm just a little.
But,
that's all.
yeah.
Okay.
It
I
was a
just
heart to
know-
heart, and at that point, there nothing had been done. So I don't want to say anything till stuff's done. This just got confirmed.
Well, let's not jinx it.
Yeah.
Because there's a
Yes.
5% chance it could do nothing. That would be horrible.
And Bo was
Sorry.
like, "Please don't tell," because I said I told Squid. He said, "Please don't tell anybody else because just as a rule, we don't tell people your ideas.
and
Yeah,
plus,
oh,
somebody
right,
could
you
steal
can't.
the idea,
They could
right?
and
Yeah.
go register it real quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I didn't
So
tell anyone, for the record. I didn't
no,
tell
he does
anyone.
keep secrets. Just react better. Be like,
I
dude,
know.
oh my gosh, I'm a
I should have. I know.
Toxic King movie.
I was just more like excited to hear like the details. I was just more interested in that.
All right.
But when me and Katie made eye contact, I'm like, she knows.
She always knows.
I know it all.
So it wasn't any reason because Katie, I tell you everything. And I almost told you one
well,
day.
I'm
I'm like,
aware.
no,
You can
no,
stop
no,
now.
no.
You
Yeah.
can stop.
And guess what, Katie? I told you the movie idea years ago before anyone else. You were the first.
Okay.
So I don't get you anything, but you're the first.